Why to buy a Tesla? Why did I buy a Tesla? Hey, it's Kern here, better every day. Why to buy a Tesla? Why did I buy a Tesla? That's one of the questions that a lot of people seem to continually ask me. So I thought I would do an episode a little bit on that and just my thoughts. Maybe I'll dive a little bit deeper into it another episode, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out there in regards to why I did this. One of the first reasons is probably autopilot. It makes driving a lot easier. You arrive as if you haven't been driving for that specific time in space. So for example, on our honeymoon, we actually drove from Edmonton, Alberta to California for our honeymoon. So we drove that way completely. Supercharger network helped. And I drove the majority of the time, but for driving, let's say 8 or 9 hours a day, I honestly felt that I had only driven 3 hours, for example. And so, meaning I was mentally fatigued as if we'd only driven for 3 hours. And coming from a space where I was driving 40,000 kilometers a year, this was very, very crucial in terms of why we chose to do that for our honeymoon. So autopilot, I would say, is a big component of that. Another component or reason why I would recommend getting a Tesla, and this isn't necessarily the sexiest reason, is safety. I watched all of their safety measures and the crumple zone experience, and every single Tesla is in the top in terms of its category in terms of safety. And that would be because of the crumple zone, because of the added measures that they have in terms of the side airbags, the impact, the low center of gravity for the battery. All those reasons are another component of why you would want to get a Tesla. And I got this before I had a family, but the knowing that I would still be safe myself and safe for my family whenever I had a family, that was another reason of why to get a Tesla. Number 3 reason I would say, and these can go in any specific order depending on your values as an individual and what you may put priority on. But another reason is electric, not having to pay for gas. So I came from an Infinity, a G37X. I was paying for premium gas. I'm a little bit of a numbers guy, and I actually did a chart. And I may do another episode on that, but I did a specific chart. I was paying for the vehicle, I was paying for premium gas, how much I was driving every single month, all the maintenance I was having to do in terms of not only the oil changes and the various filters, but all of the maintenance was adding up as well. And I thought, you know what, if I literally did a chart, saw all the numbers and how that would actually work out for myself, then getting Tesla may make sense in terms of the long run and how long that I'm going to keep the vehicle. Part of this does go into, I guess, the gas and the maintenance and the energy. I'll lump that all into one. But the warranty on the Tesla was actually better than the warranty on the Infinity G37X that I actually had as well. I did purchase it from the dealer, so I had to go with that experience as well. But I think at some point in everyone's life, they want a vehicle that they're proud of. It doesn't matter whether it's electric or gasoline. They want a vehicle that they're proud of, and they want to show they're comfortable driving others in as well. So with me, I did have the Infinity. I was proud of that vehicle, but the next step for me was, especially getting a premium vehicle, was to get to make the transition to electric, to make the transition to something that's sustainable. I was lucky enough to purchase it. Being and receive unlimited supercharging. So part of that went into the purpose of why to get the vehicle. And another component is what companies are giving away free gas. So another reason is the infotainment system. Not only the songs and having that membership and not have to paying for it. I believe it is Shopify, Spotify, one of those things. But having access to Google, the Google Maps, and having access to the Google Maps and that tracking system and changing with the flow of traffic, that's another added benefit of getting the Tesla. Having the big screen is absolutely massive, and you don't see how big it is until you're actually in the vehicle or you've lived with it. And that's why I've waited a little bit to do this review, because it has been absolutely phenomenal, just the whole user experience, the Tesla community as well. That could be a separate point in itself, but you don't even realize it, but the people who buy Teslas are ecstatic about their Teslas, and they'll be vocal, and that speaks to a testament about the company not spending money on marketing as well. And will help you, even if you needed to repair your Tesla, the community would actually help you to repair it. And I haven't experienced that with any other car company or almost any other brand, really. I know people love their iPhones, for example, and there is Apple, they have Apple Care and stuff like that, but they have, the community will reach out to actually help you. And that leads to partly into charging, and owners will let you know their houses where they have Teslas. So if you're going somewhere and you're stranded, you could easily pop in. So that's welcoming strangers that they don't even know as well. The whole experience as well, in terms of space. So that's another separate point. Spacing for the vehicle, the lockable cubic space, is absolutely another feature that is huge. Even the seats in the back, I was lucky enough to get the reversible seats that pop out the back, and some people have never experienced those, but every child wants to sit back there and experience that for themselves, because in their opinion, they haven't seen it before. I know they had it in older cars and older models, but that's another factor that makes the Tesla Model S a vehicle for almost everybody as well. I've camped in this at campsites as well, so that's flexibility. Had the air conditioning and that kind of stuff available. So those are also other factors. Another thing that I'll revisit and I'll talk about is I said, what hotel will you go to? And they'll give you a free gas card. And that's how I talk to other owners, and they say, well, what do you mean? I say, well, there's free charging at hotels for Teslas and electric vehicles. You'd probably stay there. And that's when people actually start to think about, like a free tank of gas. It doesn't matter. It's not the biggest deal, but it will be the difference between me staying at one hotel versus driving even, like, say, a couple kilometers to another hotel, if all the features are actually the same. Even if it is paying a little bit more, a tank of gas would cost a lot more than the difference in the price. And that's why hotels and companies are spending this extra money to build out this infrastructure and participate in this, because it is going to continue to change our lives in terms of the infrastructure that we actually have for electric vehicles and the way we see energy. Not even Tesla, just vehicles. People think Tesla's just a vehicle company, but it's a whole experience. It is a whole environment. And it's changing now and expanding to talk about cryptocurrencies and balancing the grid and the infrastructure, and Tesla reaching out to support islands and the whole solar movement. It feels like they're on the cusp of the future and where the world is going. So I'm happy to be part of that. I know my family's happy to be part of that. I know it opens up our children to what the world could be and what they could make it. So overall, I love the experience. I will most likely continue to buy Teslas. I can't think of another vehicle that I would want to purchase with this experience. And I look forward to the future. I hope everyone enjoys it, embraces it, and looks to see what they want the future to actually be. What could the future be, and what do you want? Some people take it further and say invest in those companies and those experiences that you want to experience and encourage. So that's just my two thoughts, but I wanted to talk about that a little bit. So let me know your thoughts, how you choose vehicles and the experience and parts of the community, the money, the bang for the buck. What other factors are it that go into when you choose a vehicle? So thank you. Thank you for coming out. It's Kern Watts, Better Every Day. We did a lot today. I look forward to showing you everything that we're doing with the yard and the amount of time that it's taken. But it's an experience, a learning experience, learning both good and bad, always digesting that and formulating our own opinions. So talk to you soon. Cheers.